Hey guys, my name's MVP if you don't already know. A while ago I did a beast-ass review on the Peak Designs Everyday Messenger bag, which is their first ever bag, and I believe the most successful bag on Kickstarter. Today I'm going to be talking about their new bags coming out purely through request, okay? I don't think that like, oh, my opinion's extremely important that people need to think about my thoughts on something that's coming out. No, I've had a couple people ask me, so my head isn't big from that review. Yes, it did generate 70,000 views and over 1,000 likes, but I mean, for a small YouTuber, I guess that could be a lot, you know, starting from 30 subscribers when I uploaded it, you know. But yeah, this is purely for the people who asked for this. I am just taking time out of my day to do them a favor and help them out, and I just want to please them, and I want to please you too. I hope I get a chance to please you eventually through this video or otherwise. Alright, so let's start off with the one that I'm personally least excited about, which would be their range pouch, which is just a lens pouch. I don't know if you guys are familiar with their field pouch, which is basically a hipster looking fanny pack, and I have it. Right here, this field pouch right here. I never really use this bag. I think the only time I use this bag is when I needed to carry my phone, keys, and a few other things when I went on a bike ride, but I've never used it on a actual photography thing. So basically the range pouch is just a lens pouch version of this. It's made with the same materials. It has a very similar functional design. Everything here is very high quality. That's how I've seen it. It looks, it feels nice, and it's sturdy and it's strong. It's very well built. So with this pouch, I see this being far more usable, far more useful than this thing. So with this lens pouch, you're able to actually, it's not a single size. You can do small lenses up to big lenses, even like a mid-size lens and a small lens together. And actually has their divider kind of thing in there, what they had in their Everyday Messenger bag, where you're able to fold the divider up a little bit, or something similar to that in the lens pouch that allows you to easily separate two lenses if you do desire to put two lenses in there. So this thing's pretty cool. You can just, if all you want is a camera and a couple lenses, then you can really just bring this thing rather than bringing a whole bag. And with the small lenses that you do decide to put in there, it works in a way that it won't be rattly, like with other lens pouches that you've purchased before or came with the lens that you bought, like most 70 to 200 lenses, either through Tamron, Sigma, Canon, or Nikon. They usually come with their own lens pouch, but I mean, it's such a big lens pouch that if you try to put a 50 in there or an 85, it's just not going to work out well. It's just going to be rattly, bumping around and stuff. So this works with that, with small lenses and large lenses to make sure that doesn't happen. So that's pretty cool. I could definitely see the appeal about this. And for $35, that's actually a lot cheaper than what I would expect from Peak Design for something like this, especially as cool, unique, and well built as I expect it to be if it's anything like the field pouch. So next up is the Everyday Tote. Now when I found out this bag was coming out and I saw what it was, I was not very impressed. For a while, I just completely ignored it until I decided that to make this video. But now I am seeing just so much potential in what I can do with this bag. There's a lot that this bag can do, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's a tote. I don't know. Maybe I need to rethink my life and why I discriminate against certain bags. One thing that excited me recently was finding out that they did decide to create a new color for this. I guess they call their ash? Bruh. Okay, it's their ash. And man, is it gorgeous. Dark gray with a leather with some blue trim. Ooh! They have that for all their bags. Their tote, their sling, and their backpacks. And the tote, though, it just looks really good with it. Anyway, moving on to its features. Like I said, initially I was kind of like, why are we making this? But then looking into it, I see so much potential. It's not the most ideal as a camera bag, but I'm thinking, okay, well, I like to go on trips, like camping trips and stuff, and this is just a great all-around bag to have with you. Kind of has the similar features that you see in the other everyday messenger bag, with the kind of belt material strap. You have all those cool trims, you have the buckle. It just works differently, that it's designed that you could fit a lot more, where you kind of fold over the top, that is secured by magnets. See, that's what they're adding to these bags this year. They're adding magnets, and they're doing a lot of features with magnets, and that's pretty cool. Bag latch, but it's only the beginning. Now we're talking about mag lips, is what they're doing. Lip mags, mag lips, magnetic lips that fold. You know, what I'd personally use it for, if I were to just use it for camping gear and maybe some clothes or something like that, I think it's a bit out of my price range, and I wouldn't want to spend that much money on something. It does look good, but it offers so much for if you were just going to do that. Now, we're talking about just overall tech gear. Pack your Mavic Pro in there, or if you made a bad decision in your life, you can go ahead and pack the Karma. You got your laptop in there, small laptops only. Why is it always small laptops? And then I started thinking about, like, yeah, camera gear. If I just wanted, like, just decked out, okay, I could put all my gear in there, plus drone, plus some other things, VR goggles. Like, this could be my tech camping bag, because I do like to go camping often. I like to bring pretty much everything, and I'm pretty confident I can fit almost anything in this bag. Additionally, when I was thinking professionally, when I go out to do a wedding and stuff, there's always, most wedding photographers will bring just this big old bag of extra lighting gear, speed lights, some tripods, triggers, gel filters and stuff. I can imagine this bag solely being that. I can go ahead, because they have this really cool divider system, which I think is awesome. It's a huge upgrade from what they had on the everyday messenger bag, and just how well you can organize the inside. I imagine I would put 3 to 4 speed lights on the bottom, and then separate that with the dividers and how they create kind of a new compartment on top. I create the new compartment over the speed lights and put the triggers there. Maybe even my tablet if I feel like making things complicated at a wedding shoot. It has that strap where you can go ahead and do some external carry. That would be a great spot for some small tripods or light stands, that kind of thing. So that in itself, like, I could, if I got my hands on that, I would definitely use it for that, for sure. And then when I'm not shooting a wedding, take it camping with me, which would be really cool. Using it as a backpack, though, I saw some images of them using it as a backpack. I don't think it's seen as being very comfortable. It doesn't seem, yeah, especially if you're gonna load up with that much gear, which it looks like what it's made for just a ton of gear. Next, we're going to go ahead and talk about their sling, and that would be their everyday sling. This one, I'm sure a lot of people are pretty excited about. It is at a smaller, more affordable, more realistic price point, and it's just, I think this is what, if it seemed like when they put out the Everyday Messenger that they were aiming towards mirrorless camera users. If you saw my video, I was able to fit a ton of gear in there, and I don't use mirrorless. I was at some point to fit 2 full frame cameras, DSLR cameras, along with a 70-200, a 50, an 85, and a 24-70 in there. And it's like, I mean, if I could fit all that gear in there, I think it's going to be a bit too much for a mirrorless camera user. This looks far more practical for a mirrorless camera user, and I would highly recommend this for a mirrorless camera user. And that's why I'm not too excited. I don't use mirrorless cameras. I'm definitely interested, but I mean, I'm already heavily invested in cameras that I got, Canon, and so I just like, I'm not gonna maybe in the future just dink around with them. Most likely that's the goal. Just like the other bags, it comes in the charcoal, black and red, or dark gray and red, and then it comes in the ash, which is a lighter gray, blue with a bit of kind of a leather tan accent in there. This seems to me just kind of like a smaller version of the Everyday Messenger bag. I will say that the dividers are definitely better this time. So in the Everyday Messenger bag, you may have seen how I was very unhappy with the dividers. That's where most of the hype was with that bag. The dividers were supposed to be super cool. You can do a lot of things with it. You can go ahead and fold them over and create new compartments and just be really cool with the organization and stuff. And I think it failed. I don't think what it was hyped up to be. It just wasn't that useful. Now, with what they're doing with other dividers is that they have kind of a dual layer on top where they can go ahead and fold another over, hold one side over, but still have that vertical divider and then just one in the middle. To me, that makes so much more sense if that was your goal in the first place, to create more compartments and make it more versatile in what you can do with the dividers and organization. That makes much more sense, and I'm really excited about that. I mean, people bash me about my criticism of the dividers. Look, they changed it. Maybe I was onto something. Man, I'm a dick. So in the beginning of making this bag, they were deciding whether or not to make it slightly bigger than they had originally planned in order to fit a 13-inch MacBook. I believe they had a poll on either their website or social media, and as it turns out, the people wanted a slightly bigger bag so that they can carry their 13-inch laptops. In the beginning, you were not able to carry a 13-inch MacBook, but if you are a 13-inch MacBook user, you currently, as of now, can store that laptop in that bag if you decide to buy it. They have the exact dimensions on their spec page. I recommend you check it out if that's something you're interested in. They only have one sleeve on this bag, however, to either do the laptop or the tablet. Despite its small size, it does seem like you can carry a tripod onto the bag. It has a front storage pouch that I guess is made to expand so you can just keep packing the thing up. One of the problems that I had with the Everyday Messenger is that its front storage pouch had a very stiff exterior wall that didn't allow it to kind of create more space for itself when I need to pack in there. So I was really only able to pack small or thinner objects into that pouch. Otherwise, it would just put too much pressure on the items that were in there. If I had a large trigger, I didn't want to put any large triggers in there because I got nervous about the pressure that was putting on. This seems to be a lot more friendlier to larger items. This bag also has a smaller strap than the Everyday Messenger bag. It seems to be of the similar form factor of the Slide Light strap. If you guys are at all familiar, it's basically a smaller version, smaller in width than the Slide camera strap that I have that you guys may have seen my review on. If you decide to put a lot of weight in the bag, you're going to feel it a lot more on your shoulder and chest with that small strap rather than having a broader strap that would just support the weight a lot more evenly. This bag, I'm not too excited about. It just looks like a smaller version of the Everyday Messenger bag. If I had to choose one or the other, I have a feeling that the Everyday Messenger bag is actually going to be more comfortable and I'll be able to carry more. So if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably just go with that one because the size difference doesn't seem that significant to me. Hey! If you've gone this far in the video, then that means something. That means that you have some sort of value on my opinion and you wanted to hear what I had to say about these bags. And first off, I appreciate that. That is super flattering. But I want to address something real quick. I want to review these bags. Most specifically, the Everyday backpack. But ideally, I'd want to review all of these. I want to get down and dirty and create a thorough, critical review of each one of these bags, just like I did with the Everyday Messenger bag. However, that does require a lot of money as these bags are not inexpensive. Hold your horses, hear me out. I am currently trying to see if there is some way I can review these bags without having to put up the money for them all. But that may not happen. So I'm asking that if you happen to be someone who really does value my opinion on these bags and you want the critical review that you saw with the Everyday Messenger bag for these new bags, I ask that you support me only by just using the Amazon links that I have in my description. Don't have to buy a product that's listed or linked. You can just use that link to go on Amazon and buy whatever you want, and I do get a small percentage of that. That will hopefully go towards my inevitable purchase of more of these bags. Does it cost you anything other than what you had already intended to spend on whatever you're going to buy? I just get a little piece of it. Supports me without really you doing anything, and I really appreciate it, and does get me closer to reviewing more of these bags. I am not popular enough for people to just send me bags left and right, or at least the bags that you guys want to see reviewed. So until then, I do have to buy every one of these bags. So I just ask that, you know, if you're willing to, go for it. If not, that's totally fine. Alright, now for the favorite part, the everyday backpack. Now, when I created the Everyday Messenger bag review, I had a ton of people in the comments talking about whether or not they were going to create a backpack version. I even said that no, I highly doubt it. Lo and behold, they came out with a backpack version. Not only a backpack version, but two versions of the backpack version. They have a 20 liter and a 30 liter, and I cannot for the life of me decide which one I want. So they actually also came out with two different colors. In this one, they have the dark gray with the red trim, and then there's the light gray with the blue trim with the kind of tannish leather accents. You guys all know which one I want. This thing looks super versatile. It's just, they added so much to it. Like, they just kept thinking of everything. Like, I was really excited about that. There's a lot on here that, in terms of just functional features. And first of all, I'm really happy that they kept the mag latch. That thing's awesome. I love it so much. That's probably my favorite part about the Everyday Messenger bag. They went with a feature having it open from the side as the kind of primary access. Both sides. I am a little bit wishy-washy on that. I once had a very bad experience with a backpack or a sling bag that opened from the side like that. Very similar to that. I forget what bag it was, I apologize. But I was shooting a few seniors, high school seniors, for a senior portrait session near a park. We were at the lake, and I had been shooting that with that bag for several months, and like the one time I forgot to zip the bag closed when I put it back in my back, the side access, I forgot to zip that closed. I happened to be really close to a lake, and I happened to have turned really quickly in a jolty fashion towards that lake that caused two of my most expensive lenses at the time to fly out 2 to 3 feet into the lake. I literally had my clients lower me by my feet to get those lenses. It was extremely embarrassing and probably the most unprofessional moment of my entire career. So the fact that it's able to open not only from one side but both sides, I'm afraid that is like slightly less careful people a lot of accidents. The pouches are huge. Like, you have to zip literally the length of the bag if you want to open it entirely. So if you want to close it entirely, you have to do the same thing. And the fact that you have to zip that much to securely close it might also create the potential for more accidents to happen. We'll see. And again, the dividers that are in there are so much better than the dividers that they had with Everyday Messenger. I think they listened to a lot of people and their criticisms on that. And from what it seems like so far, from what I've seen on their website, their YouTube videos and such, it looks like they've nailed it. I know that sounds awfully optimistic of me to say, but it looks like they addressed the issues that I had personally with the dividers in the Everyday Messenger bag. So because of that, yeah, I am definitely a lot more optimistic. It's all the same materials, very good materials. It's definitely high quality stuff. And to this day, I've been shooting it with it a year. Very, very common. I'm just taking it out, just using it and abusing it. And it does show some bit of wear, but not even a lot. Like, it's only if you have it in your hands and you're inspecting it. So I'm very impressed with the quality of the bag itself. This bag does seem to be able to carry a lot. Just internally, it looks like it has way more space to just carry a ton. That is something I'm excited about. I just love the ability to just carry as much as I want. As far as comfort goes, I'm pretty excited about the shoulder straps having that swiveling axle. The back padding, though, how it has, it's designed for lessening the sweat points. And I'm a little unsure about that. I've tried bags that did have similar features in terms of back padding and stuff, and some of them were very stiff and sturdy, and it was kind of pretty uncomfortable, like it was pressing really hard against my back. I'm gonna have to try it on to figure that one out. The sternum strap, though, this is something I've always wanted in a bag, where you can adjust the height. That's great. I was actually just thinking about that feature being in a backpack just weeks before I saw that they had that feature, so that was really exciting. I was like, dope. Of course, it has the waist strap for stability. It says that it conveniently tucks away. I think they said something similar about the Peak Design Everyday Messenger bag, and that thing is not convenient. And yeah, if you can get it in there, it's out of the way. But man, was it tough to get it in and out of that little super tight slot thing that they have. I hated that. And you had two of them. You had to do it on both sides. I don't know about this one, if it's going to be tough. We'll see. They say it's convenient. We'll see. If they can make something retractable. Retract? Finally, it has water bottle pouches. I know they're not obviously just specifically exclusively designed for water bottles, but that's what I'm going to use it for. Man, I get super thirsty on every job that I get, but everything's just packed with lenses. I don't want to mix my water bottle with the lenses because I get paranoid. What if I don't screw the cap on right and it gets getting wet in there? All the external carry options are amazing with those straps. Okay, so it has the external carry option on the sides, mostly meant for the tripods if you want to carry it on the side, but also has the ones directly on the back. And they even showed that it's a great way in one of their videos on YouTube how you can use it for your Phantom drone. If you have a Phantom 3 or a Phantom 4 or anything similar, you can just go ahead and strap it on there, and it's there, and it's great. I was like, that is so sweet, because man, it is such a pain in the ass to pack those drones. Just the thought of adding that simple feature that adds so much functionality to that bag, and I love that. About the laptops now. Now they have the 20 liter and they have the 30 liter, and this is the reason why I'm really undecisive on which one I want. I don't like carrying very large bags. However, the 30 liter, unfortunately, is the only one that will fit this laptop. The 20 liter is just under, according to the specifications they have on their website, it's just under what will fit my laptop. So I'm pretty disappointed about that. And at least they got exact specifications before actually releasing the bag, which is something they failed to do with the Everyday Messenger bag, and I called them out on that. And well, oh, by the way, when I called them out on that video, there's a lot of people that thought I was serious about the suing thing. Like, relax. It's not. No, of course I'm not serious. I'm not gonna sue him for that. I don't even think I can, and no, nor would I want to. It's not even. Relax. Like, jeez. Up top we have that big old latch thing that allows you to go ahead and do expandable storage, which they're big fans of, expandable storage everywhere, and I could see it as being a pretty cool feature. I'm probably never gonna really pack that thing up, but again, just having that availability, that option to do so, just adds so much value to something like this. So I'm a fan of it. That's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here and you wanted to see what I was talking about, be sure to check out the Everyday Messenger bag review. And also, yeah, give me a like, give me a subscribe, something like that. One of the two, both, none. A card? Send me a card? I'm gonna have a P.O. box open soon, so you guys can just send me shit, and I can open it and hope it's not actually shit. I appreciate everything that you guys done. It was that review that got me to this point, really. I'm still not very far as a YouTuber, but I am personally impressed with what that bag review has done. So you guys are the majority of my audience at the moment. So let me know if there's anything that you guys want to see. And I'm glad I got to meet you guys in a very non-direct way. Y'all have a great day, and see you soon. I'm terrible at this ending thing.
Do you like songs? What's your favorite kind of song? Do you like pizza? What's up? What's your name? Do you like techno? I like techno. Do you like pizza?